Hey guys, it's Sherry. Welcome back to the right stuff. Today, I haven't got, I ordered a couple pins, and as you know, like most of you, I buy them from overseas and it takes a long time. Well, until I get my new pin, I wanted to do a video on pocket pins. And this is what I got here. I got a whole, I've got more pocket pins, but just for the time, I thought, I'll just kind of narrow it down and give you an overview of just, a few of them. And some of them you probably know, probably all of them, but just in case you haven't, I thought I'd give you a look at them. I'll start with this end because it's the least expensive. This is the Pilot Petit, and Petit 1, actually. It says Petit 1 Pilot here on it. This is a red. These are all plastic. You can make these into eyedropper pins, and I haven't done it yet with these. They are relatively inexpensive, and they pop off. It has a pop-off lid. And one thing I can say about these is they always write. I don't know really why. I don't think these aren't like the platinum that have the slip and seal thing, but these things do great. You push them in, nice little snap, and you pull it out. It's got a plastic clip, and of course, if that thing's going to break if you use it too much. It's just not real useful. But it has a red clip. This one I've gotten red, of course. And it doesn't have any writing on the cap. You can post these. They're made to post. It's got a nice little snap there. It doesn't really make a noise, but it snaps into place. And so here's a look at them in the hand. You have to just about write with these. This one is a fine point. In fact, I have a blue and a red one. They're both fine point. I'm not sure that these come in anything else. I should have looked that up. But these are, if you look and you keep your eye on them, you can find them relatively inexpensive. You know what? I said there wasn't anything on the cap, but I just saw clear. It says etched into it, Japan, right here. So it does have one little bit of writing right there. It does have it in clear in Japan. You can feel it. These are, they have little cartridges. They come with cartridges like this. You just pop them in there. It's proprietary cartridge, I believe. I don't think you can use international standard for these. But what I do, if you don't want to make these into a eyedropper, like most of you already know this, I'm sure, but you can keep these little cartridges and rinse them out and put in your favorite ink. And I like to do that. So it is a screw-on body that you can put silicone around the little place there, and you can seal that and make that into a nice little eyedropper pin. It does have a little, you've probably seen these in other pins. It's got like a wick down the middle of it. This one I think is plastic. And there you go. Here's a look at this. And like I said, I have a blue one. I have a red one. These are, I don't know, I think I gave $3 to $4 for these a piece. And you can get them, pick them up on Amazon, eBay, probably in, I haven't looked at them like at Staples or any place, but I know you can get them on Amazon. So I'm going to look at each pin, then go back and write with them. I think that would work easier. So here's a look at these two pins. I'm going to set these over to the side. And the next two I've got here are Kaweco. These are Kaweco Sports. And this one is an extra fine. I find it way too toothy. And this is a medium. And it says since 1883, I believe. I had a little problem last time with my glasses. I did find my glasses, but I'm going to take a look at it. It has the Kaweco insignia there, and it has Germany, and then it has a cute little thing. Then here on the side, I'm going to turn this off. Here on the side, it says Kaweco Sport in gold, this particular. And you have to buy these little clips. Sometimes you can find a deal. It has like a gold on top. It has a nice, pretty gold little insignia up here on the finial. And I bought the gold to complement it. And so you have to buy these separate. I think I gave like $6, $7 for these clips, which I find annoying. Truthfully, I don't know why I bought it. I don't clip it. I don't know why. I should have just left it off. But these are really great little pocket pins. It's solid plastic or resin, and it unscrews. Has a nice little nib there, and has Kaweco insignia and medium on it. And you see, here's a look at the size of it without. My hands aren't huge, so here's a look at what this little guy looks like without being posted. And let's post him. And, you know, if you have giant hands, that's still going to be kind of small. For me, this is perfectly fine. And this one, like I said, is an extra fine. Same thing. You have to buy the clip, all plastic. I have made both of these an eyedropper pen, and oops, yep. And so they make really nice little eyedropper pens, and you can get these in extra fine, fine, medium, broad. You can find what you like in those. And the next one is this Pilot Vortex. I haven't seen a lot of those out there, but they. I think these run, I think I got this one for $20 some, but they generally are right in the $30 range, $29, $30, somewhere in there. It's medium. You have to unscrew this lid. It also can be made into an eyedropper, which this one is. So I'm not going to unscrew it, but it has a smallish kind of nib there. And it has rubber, like it has this rubber grip right down here, which I kind of enjoy. It's a big grip, which makes it nice, and it just tapers down slightly. And the threading is clear up here for the cap, so it's way out of your way for those who are sensitive to that. And the cap has Vortex right here. And it has 3 little dots in there, dink, 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 and a green little strip right there. It's metal. It seems like a fine clip. It has Pilot Japan etched into the side there. It has some nice little band, cap band here. It has a neat little decoration. You can feel it in there. It's metal, and it has little, you know, little voids there, and a nice little ring around there. And it has a little green finial up here with the clip ring around it. And also it has a little green finial on this end. And I think it's, I like this pen. It screws on, screws off. It has good grip, and it posts. Again, it has a nice little snap. You heard that snap. And so that's not going to go anywhere. So, and that's what it looks like in the hand. And we will go on to this next one. And I'll measure these all for you when we get a look at each one. And this is a Pilot Prera. P-R-E-R-A. And it's a nice looking little pen. And it's one I wasn't sure about it. Just, it is quite a bit of difference between this and this. I don't know if this really qualifies as a pocket pen, but I threw it in there because to me that is kind of right in that category. It has it's really pretty. It's demonstrator, It has the blue down here and blue up here. And it has this decorative little band here that's nice. It's got Prera on it, and real nice, pretty silver clip here. Functional. Wow, I did it again, people. I can't. This Pilot Prera for some reason makes me just want to snap that baby. I don't know. I hope I don't break it. It has a flat finial on top, shiny, and it is a fingerprint magnet. And has pretty blue finial up here. You can see through that, and it is annoying. It does have this white plastic thing there. I would enjoy that so much more if it didn't have that plastic there, but I understand the purpose of it. And again, this is a medium nib, and as you can see, I've made a eyedropper pen out of it. Makes excellent eyedropper pen. I'm getting kind of low in ink on this particular model, and I like these. I really like them. They write well. It has a nice, satisfying little, snap to it when you click it. When you post it, not so much, but it stays in place really well. And I can write with this or without it. Some people have to. It's mandatory, but I can get by without it. But that's Pilot Prera. I have it in various colors, but these two. This one is not an eyedropper. And I got a, I can't remember if it came with it or not. I'm thinking it just came with a cartridge. But here's a look at these little guys. They're really cute. I like them. And this one, it's about the same size as the Pilot Prera. And it is my 14 karat nib, Stella 90s pen. It's also a Pilot. It says Stella 90s here on the cap band. It's got some heft to it. This is not a resin pen. It has beautiful finish. It is pearlescent white. It has a really nice little very, very nice clip here. Has a flat finial, white flat finial here too, silver rings around each one. It's a pop off, and it's a very nice small. I can write with it like that. Other people can't. It has a real nice small medium nib. It's 14 karat gold palladium coated, and it's nice. And I have a Con 40, I think, in here, 40 or 50. And this one has Pelican Edelstein Ink of the Year Amethyst in it. It works well with this pen. I've told you in other posts I had a love-hate relationship. This is one that really performs better with good inks. So I'm still working on that. So here's the last one, and I'll go ahead and measure this this pen, and I give you a broad range of prices, so there should be something in there. With it capped, it is 4 3/4 inch. Posted, it is just about 5.5 inches, just a hair over 5.5 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and write with this, and I'm going to start out with Clairefontaine, and if there's writing there, it's because I'm reusing my paper, not to waste it. Now this one, it has, now see, this stroke going up here, going up there, it was light, and so I don't know, this one is one that has a sweet spot more so, I think. See, if I hold it more upright instead of my normal slant, it has much more ink delivery, more solid. And this one has got a real springy nib. I can get some, you know, variation of line in this one. And it doesn't write upside down. That's the main thing with this one. I think it really has a very specific way it wants to be written with, and it didn't mind, because my hand hurts if I don't. I have to work with it, but I do like it. It is a beautiful pen. It's pretty, for a 14 karat gold nib. It's pretty affordable. It seems to stay up in the $80 range now. I think I got this one. I got a real good deal. This is the first 18 karat gold nib I think I got, first or second, and I think I got it for like $69, $68, somewhere in there. So this was a look at this one, the Stella 90s, Pilot Stella 90s. I like this pen quite a lot. And the next one, let's see, let's do the Pilot Prera. And it is right, looks like 4 3/4 capped and posted. It is five and a half, looks like, right in there, a little over. And we'll take a look at how well this writes. This has a finer, to me, line. And this has, the other had the amethyst ink. This one is a Pilot ink. It is, I want to say, the autumn leaves, like one. I can't remember how to pronounce that, but it is a Pilot Irozuku ink, and it does real well. The Pilot inks pair real well with this. And I don't have any problem with this one. And see, it wrote right away. The other one wrote right away. This one you can write upside down in a pinch. So this one, for the price, you know, these are like $30. You can find them $27, $25, anywhere from $25 to $30, $31, $32. If you watch, it has that real satisfying little click. I like these. I like these pens a lot. They're one of my favorites. I feel like it always writes. It's one of those that always writes. It's a smooth writing experience. I like these. For the price, I think these are one of the best values out there. So this is one, if you haven't looked at it, you might want to look at it, borrow somebody's, write with it, give it a shot, see if you like it. I like these. Pretty solid little pen, little workhorse pen. This is a Kaweco Sport, and it is the medium, and he's a short little fella. Let's measure him and see what we got. Well, let's see. He's just a hair over 4 inches, and that's capped. Let's see what it is posted. And he's just about 5 1/4 capped. So a true pocket pen. Small. Here's a look at it in my hand. And this again is Clairefontaine. And it writes too right off the bat. I don't know why I'm not a fan of these. Sometimes you get a pen and you don't really know why you don't grab for them. The extra fine, of course, is very screechy, kind of toothy. I really don't care for it. I would have went with fine now looking back. But this is a nice little pen. It's a good solid pen. It's just not one of my favorites. And the ink in this is a Private Reserve Midnight Blue or something like that. Midnight Blues. So it doesn't skip. I will say that for these. These also. See, it does fine. No, you can't get any line variation out of these. That gold nib was about the only one you're probably going to get any line variation out of. But here's a look at Kaweco Sport. It just depends on what you yourself like. I don't know why I don't care for these so much. I wasn't a fan of the nib, but there's a look at that one. And here is the Pilot Petit. Now this ink in here is a mixture. I mixed up my own little concoction. I like to do that. If you stay in the family, like with some Noodler's inks, you can mix some Noodler's inks. And I'm pretty scaredy cat when it comes to mixing them. I've been pretty good about just staying within a certain family. I mix the pilots, like the Konpeki with maybe the Asagao, and you know, that kind of thing. I think that's mainly the ones like that. I've diamine, I mix them. But here is a look at this Pilot Petite snap-on. I like these. They're cheap. You can tell they're inexpensive. They're cheap, but they are about the same as the Kaweco Sport, almost exactly, just a hair over 4 inches. And that is capped and posted. Let's see. It's right, same thing, just a hair over 5 inches. And let's see. A little more toothy. It has a little more toothy feel to it, but it always writes. And these things are so inexpensive, and you can make eyedroppers out of them, throw them in your purse. I really like these. And yep, I like these. You're not going to get much line variation out of them, and you can feel a little more tooth to the page, but not real bad. Let's see if we can get any kind of line variation. Tiny bit. I mean, just a barely. Let's see. Nah, not really. I'm practicing trying to get line variation, but I really stink at it. But I don't really think you're going to get much out of these little fellers. But this is a look at the Pilot Petite 1, and he's a nice little guy. I like him. And the last one to look at is the Pilot Vortex, and it is also a pocket pen. You can make them, like I said, into an eyedropper. It's a little bit larger than the both the Petite and the Kaweco. It's 5 3/4 inch capped and posted. Snap. I like that snap. You know it's not going anywhere. It's about 5 3/4 inch capped. So there's a look at that. And like I said, this one is an eyedropper one. It has a little more weight to it. The cap is a little thicker. That I don't like. So I tend to just use it without it. I don't like to post them. So let's write without it posted. It writes really smooth. I really like it. I like the grip on it. And the ink in this today is Kaweco, actually. I've got the Kaweco green in here. And it's nice. I like it. It's smooth. I prefer this one over the Pilot Petit. I like this one. I use this one a lot in journaling. I like that it has that nice grip on it. They're $30 around about. They seem to stay in that range. You know, it's a medium nib. I like it. I find myself going for this or the Pilot Petite. Not the Pilot Petite, the Prera. I use the Prera and this Vortex quite a lot. I like the Petite too. I use it occasionally. I throw it in my purse. You know, I find I throw it or stick it with a notebook because it is really lightweight, you know, and if I lose it, I'm not worried about it. You know, it's very inexpensive. So it's a good toss in your purse or toss in your bag kind of pen. But this Vortex I really like. I would say out of all these, in truth, excuse me, I'm going to have to get a drink. Thank you. I like this one. I think I like this, but see, recommendations are so subjective. It's what is your criteria? What do you like? You have big hands, small hands. Do you like, you know, a grip like this? I like the grip because it's a big section and you can find your place. It's almost a hooded nib down here, so I tend to get real low, so I'm not going to get real inky fingers. For me, this is a great pen for me. But if I give you some of the, you know, recommendations, you have to find one that works for you. And I just tell you what works for me and give you some description of it so you can maybe make an educated purchase and save some money so you don't, you know, have to be sorry for buying stuff. And I am going to have a giveaway because I've got a couple pens. They won't be brand new, but I'm the only one that's had them. Pardon me for that. And I was going to give away this this Kaweco Sport. It is in cognac. It's extra fine. The clip will go with it too. It's been a eyedropper, so I'm gonna have to see if I can clean this up because I don't want you getting an icky pen, but I'm gonna really try to clean this up real well. And I have not done anything to this pen. It's not been altered in any way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna have a giveaway for this. I've got to make sure that I can figure out how to do that. I might have a place where you could post your I'll post my email so you can email me and it won't be public, your address, and I could send it to you. And I think what I'll do is just have I'll choose anybody that's left a comment on the day of the giveaway. And I'll just have a random, I'll let my grandson pick one, and that'll be how, so I have no process in it. I'll just let my 9-year-old grandson pick one, and that will be the winner. And I will send this Kaweco Sport out to that person. It's a perfectly good pen. I just am not a fan of extra fine nibs. And so I rarely use this. So I thought it could be doing somebody some good, and if anybody doesn't have one or would like an extra fine in their collection, so keep an eye open for future ones because I want to clean this out. I'm going to use up the ink in it or dump it back in there, clean it out, and I've still got all the paraphernalia that came with it, so I'm going to do that. And I think that's a look today at our pocket pens. It is not an exhaustive review, but just give you an idea. Otherwise, it takes way too long. I'll give you a look at this. The Pilot Petit, the Kaweco Sport, the Pilot Prera, the Pilot Vortex, the Stella 90s, Pilot Stella 90s. And this is a look at these fine pins. None of them were terrible. The really inexpensive ones down here, very inexpensive, great for throwing around. If you lose them, no big deal, but they always write. You can make them into eyedroppers. Every one of these can be made into eyedroppers except for the Stella 90s. And I have made all of them eyedroppers except for the Petit. I haven't done that yet. But here's a look. And I probably got those off kilter. I'm sorry. It annoys me when things aren't in the middle. If I don't have them, I know, a little OCD. But there you go. Here you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I did. You guys be blessed, be careful, and have a great week. And I'll be back real soon. God bless you all. Bye-bye.